close did Jack White create the new Nashville? Dave PaulsonJack White certainly could have made things easier for himself. But then, that wouldn't have been Jack White. In typical form, White arranged a perfect storm of challenges to confront at Thursday's Little Caesars Arena gig, the opening night of a tour in his hometown, with a new band, and a new musical direction, in the sort of big room he doesn't often play. It was an audacious bar to set, and the Detroit native cleared it with room to spare in a nearly 2-hour set that presented a friendly, unshackled version of the veteran rocker. For a crowd of nearly 13,000, just down the block from his high school alma mater Castech and the small bars that hosted his earliest shows, White nailed the biggest hometown concert of his career. While the evening brought plenty of new tricks, it also came with an old-school feel, thanks to a smartphone band that kept the arena free from little glowing lights and steered attention firmly toward the stage. Still, the show was unlike any we've seen before from the 42-year-old White, awash in high-tech visuals, carefree vibes, vocal effects and twisting new sounds. Accompanied by a lean but propulsive unit that included a pair of keyboardists, he dipped generously into his back catalog, including 10 White Stripes songs, to launch his international tour in support of the album Boarding House Reach. A scene midway through the show epitomized the night's spirit, as White welcomed his wide, smiling mom, Teresa Gillis, in her mid-80s and the picture of spunkiness, to help perform. The Stripes' bouncy Hotel Yorba, to roars from the crowd. The two shared vocals in a dance as the band added a polka touch and a nod to her Polish heritage. Jack White and his band perform April 19, 2018, at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Photo, David James Swanson. It was a charming moment on a feel-good Detroit occasion. White had been greeted backstage by a giant "Welcome Home, Jack" banner after spending the afternoon at a Tigers game, and late in the show, he raised a toast to his opening acts, Detroit's Negative Approach and Craig Brown Band, along with onlooking Tigers personnel Kirk Gibson, Miguel Cabrera and Nicholas Castellanos. White's lighthearted demeanor Thursday was accompanied by the glossiest production yet rolled out by the guy whose career was forged in gritty garage rock. A trio of rotating screens displayed animated sequences and stylized live video, and a crisp light show even took advantage of LCA's custom overhead grid, where panels illuminated in a variety of hues. And then there were White's frequent callouts to the crowd. "Do you feel good? Do you still feel good?" But was he toying with the conventions of modern pop concerts? It was just last month, after all, that he seemed cynical about that approach, telling a Rolling Stone interviewer. He was puzzled by the onstage exhortations from the likes of Bruno Mars. "I hope you guys are having fun tonight." Whatever the case, having forged a new, hip-hop-inspired musical path with the multi-textured and fan-polarizing Boarding House Reach, White seemed eager Thursday to keep shaking things up. His latest creative adventures may not sit so comfortably for fans still clinging to hope that he'll grab up Meg White and transport back to 2002. But those willing to lend their trust were well rewarded at LCA, in a show that offered multiple spikes of transcendence. More, Jack White's Boarding House Reach is the strangest album of his career. Jack White on Boarding House Reach. "I make my own rules" as funky clavinet led the grooving beat under the distorted vocals of Corporation, synth arpeggios skittered under "We're Going to Be Friends," and White pounded the drums for the shouted word musings of everything you ever learned. By the hour mark, you realized you were at a show where a hip-hop beat could pivot into glacial creaks and shards of electric guitar, and somehow still make sense. That's not to say there wasn't vintage Jack White on display, in a career-spanning show that tapped the raconteurs, Steady as She Goes, Carolina Drama, and The Dead Weather, I Cut Like a Buffalo. After a shaky audio start that made it seem as if over and over and over we're stuck in a backstage tunnel, things eventually corrected and got loud, and a double shot of White Stripes closed the regular set with searing blues rock, via Cannon and Ball and Biscuit. The 50-minute encore, which saw White trade his polka dot shirt for a retro-looking Castech top, is when the show truly soared. After a quick take on Beyoncé's Don't Hurt Yourself, his 2016 collaboration with the pop superstar, White and the band built a magnificent Connected by Love, an extended swirl of trippy interstellar gospel rock that climbed and climbed. It was one of the moments when the smartphone band got its real payoff, as White and his audience locked into the immersive concert communion he craves. As he sent the hometown fans out with Seven Nation Army, their vocal chants taking over for the song's signature guitar riff, White had a final optimistic note to sound, "Be positive," he declared. And love Detroit? Read or share this story. https://usat.ly/2hqflvc